Okay, this is Bandwagon TV, and like I promised, this is the one and only Presley Lyn.
Presley Lyn, yes sir.
How are you?
I'm great, how are you?
I'm good, and I am actually so glad. I was telling everybody how excited I was when you agreed to do this, because again, this is a pilot.
Right.
And not only am I taking a risk, but you guys, I think for both bands that I've been having the privilege to escort around the beautiful town of Temple, Texas, is to really have you talk to your fans and people that are wanting to maybe do the same thing, that are too scared to take risks, and so I'm going to ask you a few questions while we go out in the town, and hopefully at the end you can maybe sing a beautiful song for us.
Sounds great.
Obviously you're Presley Lyn, but where are you from?
I'm from Goldthwaite, Texas.
That's Gold?
Goldthwaite.
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 Okay. All right. And so how long have you been doing this?
I've been wanting to do this since I knew what this was, so my whole life. But I've been performing it'll be a year in a week.
Wow.
Was my first performance.
Okay. So how old are you?
I'm 17.
Okay. So funny story is that when I met her, I think last week or 2 weeks ago, you were performing Thursday night.
Yeah.
And I think it was like 11 o'clock, and you had to leave because you had 3 tests that you
School,
needed to take.
yeah.
So obviously school is a priority.
Yes, sir.
So are you able to juggle both?
You know, it's just, I don't do anything at school because once I realized this is what I wanted to do, I buckled down and just like, no more athletics, I just want to do music.
Okay.
So every day when I come home, I'm practicing, but I'm not doing homework. So I can usually get my homework done at school. So when I come home, all I do is practice and write and make that time to do what I love.
That's so cool. All right, so we're gonna start the drive.
Sweet.
And here we go. So I want to ask you, just because, you know, being 17, who was your big influences growing up?
My brother has always
Really?
been my biggest influence, just because he picked up the guitar first. And whenever he joined the Air Force and he was leaving, I was like, well, I gotta learn, because
Right.
Reese won't be able to play for me anymore. So he inspired me to pick up the guitar. He's the one who got me into open mics at Flacca's and Heiko, and he was the one who really pushed me as he was trying to push himself to do music.
Okay.
So Reese has always been my biggest inspiration.
So, and then now I'm assuming he's still in the Air Force?
He was, but unfortunately we lost him in September. He lost his life in an accident over in Germany. It's just more of a reason to keep going. Honor Reese, this is what he wanted to do.
Absolutely.
And I've grown so much as a person. Like, we went to Germany, they flew us out there because they were having a memorial on base. And I met some of those amazing people in my life. It's really pushed me further. And I feel like my songwriting skills have grown since then. I just have so much stronger emotions. I really know where my priorities are. It's not that I'll stick around anymore. Like, life is short. I need to get what I want done and really strive to get it done. So it's really pushed me. And yes, I miss him, but then, like, he was so far away from me in Germany, and now he's right here. So, I mean,
Well,
it's okay.
do you feel him? Like, I mean, can you almost sense his presence
it's weird.
around?
So he wore this cologne Cinch Sport, and I can smell him sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, it's insane.
I mean, he would have loved what you're doing right now.
Right.
Playing a major role in your life. I mean, when you sit down and write, does that help you? I mean, does that inspire, using such a tragic accident like that, does that inspire you to, I guess, write beautiful music?
Absolutely. No, just like strong emotions like that, I think how people deal with grief really shows a lot about a person. Because it would have been so easy for me to just break down and be like, I'm done, I can't do it anymore. But him being gone just pushes me even further, because now I feel like I need to do it for both of us, you know? Because this is what he wanted to do. Yeah. So now I feel like I can carry us both to the top.
That's incredible. So obviously him being a huge influence in your life was, would you say, I mean, red dirt country, is that being from Central Texas, is that what inspires you in terms of that type of music? Absolutely,
heavily. That's the music that Reese would listen to and push me to listen to.
Really?
So we just bonded over Texas country. We go to Bowen Fest in Waco every year. We listen to all those red dirt artists. And honestly, to me, I think red dirt is more soulful of country music, because a lot of modern country is it's just all the same. Trucks, girls, booze, that's what it is. But red dirt country is so much more to me. And honestly, the songwriting capabilities in Red Dirt is just none compared to it.
Well, I guess, and for everybody, I'm not too familiar with Red Dirt. Obviously, I know what it is. It's made me want to do this show. In Central Texas, there just seems to be something in the water where you guys are, everyone here, and I'm going to use y'all, but y'all are so talented. Do you know, is there a reason why?
We're Texans.
Is that why?
Texans are just bred differently. I don't know what
Really?
to say. We have more fire in our gut.
Was there a specific band that you looked to say, or singer, female vocalist that you were like, wow, and not to be country, but was there someone that you also looked up to saying, you know, maybe influence and had something to do with your voice that you emulate?
Well, I would call my voice more of like a rocker jazz. I don't know how to describe my voice.
Okay.
So when I talk about people who inspired or kind of put mixtures into my voice when I was growing, I'd say Miranda Lambert for sure, just because she's so big in female country. There's just so many other people. Like, I listen to a lot of classic rock, and growing up I was obsessed with Queen. So Freddie Mercury was always super high for me. Just how flamboyant, and he didn't care. I was like, that's super cool. I want to be like that when I grow up. Just not caring at all.
Even with the style?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Doing this for how long in terms of singing in front of people?
Singing in front of people, let's see. So I was in, the first time I ever sang in front of people in my entire life, other than a karaoke machine in my bedroom, was my 4th grade talent show. And I believe I sang It's Magic by Selena Gomez.
Okay.
And I guess that kind of was like, oh, I can do this. Like, that was fun. So the following summer, I sang at our church. And it was my first time my parents ever heard me sing. And they didn't think I could sing until then.
Okay.
So from then, they really pushed me to be like, oh, she's got something. So Johnny, my stepdad, he plays guitar, he sings, and he was a huge influence on Reese and I both, just to play and to really push ourselves further. I honestly don't think I would be doing what I am today if it wasn't for Johnny.
Okay.
Just because he's the one who saw that in Reese and I both and was like, hey, why don't you try this?
Right. With that and being performed, is there a specific song that you like to sing when you're, you know, performing in front of somebody?
You know, I'm always looking for more songs to play, but I guess one that I always come back to is Going to California by Led Zeppelin, because no one really expects that to come out of a little 17-year-old Texas country artist. So when you play that song, it's more of a like shock factor, I guess.
Okay.
But a country song that I'm comfortable playing, Angel from Montgomery. And there's been so many people to cover that song, but Brad Williams, the guy that I do the open mic with, he covered it and pushed me to learn it. So I learned it, and it's very soft and sweet, and I like it a lot.
Do you mind maybe singing a little bit of
I
it?
can.
I think we would all love that, if you're ready.
Absolutely.
I don't want to put you on the spotlight, but I guess I am.
You can just sing a little bit of the chorus.
Okay.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to believe in this living is just a hard way to go.
See, I told you, everybody, she has a great voice.
Thank you so much.
I guess, and to kind of do an awkward segue, but it sounds like you, in terms of the music that maybe you're playing is a little more traditional Red Dirt country, like you said.
Right.
But if I were to look at any of your playlists that you were listening to on your phone from last year, from 2019, is there any artist or band or song that I would be surprised?
Oh, mercy. Absolutely. I listen to a lot of classic rock, a lot of modern rock. So Foo Fighters is very high for me.
Okay.
My brother and my dad obsessed with Foo Fighters. So Foo Fighters, Post Malone. I love Post Malone. Let's see, I'm trying to think. Queen, obviously, Led Zeppelin, and then Whiskey Myers. I listen to Tracy Chapman, Amy Winehouse, just a huge mixture of just songs and all these different genres that I really love.
See yourself? I mean, Post Malone is huge now. Is that something that you're striving for, and what do you see yourself doing in the next 5 years?
Well, I really would love to just let my music carry me where it goes, but then again, you can't expect everything to be handed to you just from like traveling, I guess. So I would love to maybe be signed to a record deal, but like at the end of the day, I'm only 17.
Right.
So I'm gonna work super hard. I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna see where I land. So I would love to be touring or have a couple albums out by then, maybe have a good following you know, not necessarily be huge by then, but make a living, a comfortable living.
Okay. Here I am trying to do a pilot on Bandwagon TV,
Right.
and you were able to do this, so I was really grateful for you and your parents
I'm grateful.
doing this and being excited to do this. But have you noticed any stumbling blocks along the way? I mean, I know you're young and
Yes.
your music career is relatively new, but have you ran into stumbling blocks at school? Or?
I have ran into some, school being one, but I'm almost done, so that's almost out of the way. But writing, songwriting for me, getting into it, I've only been writing for maybe a few months, so just kind of having to force myself to find inspiration to sit down and try to write instead of just waiting for stuff to come to me has been a little difficult, but it's getting easier. With the more I practice, kind of like working a muscle. Like, the more I read books or listen to Tyler Childers say, then it just gets easier to find those words, but it is difficult to sit down and write a song.
Would you say that's maybe your first love is songwriting?
Absolutely. No, it's crazy. Before I started songwriting, I was afraid I would only be a cover artist because I didn't think I could write. But when I wrote my first song, I was like, hey, that's not too bad. So when I got better at it, I started to fall in love with my songs and to have a deeper appreciation. And then you play that song for a crowd and they love it. It's just such a huge payoff. Outside of just a cover song that everyone knows. Not everyone knows your original songs, but just bringing something to the world that's so personal to you and sharing it with other people, and then when they connect and have a positive feedback to that song, it's just, it can't even be compared. It's amazing.
It sounds amazing, and I know you've had some trials and tribulations in your life that has inspired you to write music, and I think everybody is looking forward to hearing your voice. And do you mind singing a song?
I can do
and
it.
Maybe using your ukulele?
That's fine.
All right. We're back in the center of Temple, Texas, and this is pretty much the ride, so I'm gonna have to kick you out. But
Okay.
before I kick you out, I want to ask you a few things.
All right.
Before you sing a song,
Okay.
everybody that is watching here, they want to know where they can find you. Whether it's, I'm assuming you're probably on social media. And your
So
beautiful music.
every Thursday, Dix, Texas, and San Saba. It's amazing. I love it so much. It's a very fun environment. A lot of open mic, a lot of talent shows up. So if you can play, come on, we'd love to have you. So my Facebook is Presley Lyn Haile, and I'm the little picture, so you'll recognize me. And then my Instagram is Presley Haile.
Thank you so much again, and if you don't mind playing this little song, we
Absolutely.
would love that. Cool. So
I'll see if I remember.
Yes. What song are you gonna play for us?
So before I started playing guitar, I learned the ukulele, and I would play "Come Together" all the time. So let's see if I remember.
Okay, go for it.
Here come on flat top, he come grooving up slowly. He got juju eyeballs, he want holy roller. He got hair down to his knees. Got to be a joker, he just do what he please. He wear no shoe shine, he got toe jam footballs, he shoot Coca-Cola, he got monkey fingers. He said, I know you and you know me. One thing I can tell you is you've got to be free and come together right now over me. Thank
Spectacular. I love it. All right. Again, that was Presley Lyn. I'm now going to drop her off. She's going into her venue now, a gig that she has, and you'll soon be able to see that with additional footage. But thank you so much for everyone that's watching. We love you, and this is Bandwagon TV. Thank you.
So this next song is one that I actually wrote about my brother. He was a musician like me, and it was his dream to kind of do what I'm doing right now. He passed away in September, so this song is called First Vote. Just strumming guitars, I would listen while you played your favorite song. Now keep chasing our crazy dream, and I will get to the end of that rainbow forest road. Life would get you down, you'd stand your ground like a deep-rooted oak tree. You were kind enough to forgive those who did you wrong. Oh, and for 17 years you were more than a brother. You were my best friend, and I know to my parents you were more than just a son. So I keep playing my songs, 'cause you want me to go on, I know. Now keep chasing our crazy dream, and I will get to the end of that rainbow forest road. So I keep singing my songs, 'cause you want me to go on, I know. Now keep chasing our damn crazy dream, and I will get to the end of that rainbow forest road. Yes, I will get to the end of that rainbow forest road. Thank you. it.